Wonderful. Um, Let me make sure I disconnect this. Guys, what I want to do here for you guys is we're going to continue to expose these guys, okay? Let me tell you something. Saving democracy, it's a lifelong effort. All of us have a responsibility individually and collectively to make sure we save and defend democracy, because if Africa, especially Sierra Leone, if Sierra Leone is going to be a beautiful country, for if it's going to be the country that we want it to be, what we all aspire for Sierra Leone to become, right? Beautiful, bright and beautiful, with all the mineral resources that we have a responsibility. So today what I can do for Sierra Leone and me people, and I'm going to do this in English, by the way, because I know I have my folks from Liberia, Ghana, and I want them to see this. But I'm going to expose the ECSL of Sierra Leone and how they've not published the results of the June 24, 2023 elections on their website. And I'm going to use Liberia and Ghana as an example to show Sierra Leoneans how results should be published. In this finding, you might be shocked with Liberia, and I hope Liberia would fix it, because maybe they don't know. But again, it just goes to say how the Liberian people have come a long way to understand that they want a peaceful nation. So they were not looking for any confusion or trouble. But when I get to that part of this live, you'll see what I'm talking about when it comes to Liberia's presidential elections, the results that was published. Okay, and but I want to show you. I'm going to compare Sierra Leone to Liberia and Ghana. Show you their electoral commission's websites, so you guys can see how the disaggregated data was published on these websites by the officials in Liberia and in Ghana. At least you can see it in there. Polling station, per polling station, completed polling station results, right? You can see it there. But in Sierra Leone, you will see what the ECSL posted on their website as the results. Blatant disrespect for democracy itself, and blatant disrespect for the people of Sierra Leone. So let me show you guys this. Let me take you guys to these websites. I want you guys to see this. Sorry, my last live, I kind of turned off my sound, so it caused some problems. But as you can see, this is Africa Center for Strategic Studies. I like to do my research with people like these, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is the Africa's 2023 elections. These are all the countries that actually had elections in 2023. Okay, but I just picked randomly, because I'm not going to compare Nigeria. I'm not going to take those examples, right? You see, so Sierra Leone had its elections June 24th, as you can see here, Sierra Leone, right? This is Sierra Leone, June 24th. Um, it's not letting me, I like that, but Sierra Leone had its elections June 24th. Gabon, Liberia. From this list, I just took Liberia because, again, Liberia is a neighboring country, right? So I wanted to showcase Liberia, so you guys can see that. But it's Liberia, um, and then of course Ghana had the elections in 2024. So if you look at the list of Ghana, Ghana is right here. They had the elections December 7th, 2024. Let me see, so I could at least show you guys this. I want you guys to see this. So I'm going to show you the websites of both of these, so you guys can see exactly, what I'm talking about, because this is very important and this is very crucial. So, but I want you all to see this and understand that we are not making things up here. We have a responsibility to safeguard our democracy, and that is what we're going to do. So, as you can see, Ghana right there, December 7th, right? You can see Ghana, December 7th, they had their elections. All right? So, like I said, I'm going to compare, Sierra Leone and, Liberia and that of Ghana, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right? So, first, because I don't want to make this long, it's a little bit late, getting late here now, 6:19. Sierra Leone had its elections, like I said again, right? June 24th, 2023. It's 2 years coming this June. We've not had the results posted on the ECSL's website, which is Sierra Leone's website. And I'm going to show you. So this is Sierra Leone's website, okay? This is the website of ECSL in Sierra Leone. This is what it looks like, all right? And we've not had the elections posted up until this day. Let me put it on blast so you guys can see it on the big screen right here, all right? But this is ECSL's website. All right. Till this day, I'll get to the website how you get and search for the results because a lot of people don't know this. Well, we're gonna go into how you search for the results, but I'm gonna show you guys last. But I'm gonna show you now. Let us start with Liberia. This is Liberia's website. Okay. So for Liberia's website, when you scroll up, you see right there where it says elections. Right here, you see my cursor where it's going on the screen. Right there, view elections results. So kudos to Liberia, right? Liberia had their elections when? Let's see. Liberia had their elections October 10th. All right. Remember, Sierra Leone had elections June. Okay. So Liberia had their elections July, August, September, and October. 4 months later, right? So we had our elections in June. 4 months later, Liberia had their elections. Take note of that. Be cognizant of that. All right. I want to point that out. Let us be very mindful of that. Okay. Now, this is Liberia's website. Okay. When you click on this, view election results. If I put it on the big screen, you guys can see it better. View election result. Matter of fact, let me zoom it out so you guys can see what I'm talking about right here. See? View election results right there. All right. Right there. See? Right there. View election results. If I click on that, now it's going to do its thing, trying to find out, get the data for me. And while she's doing that, cleaning that up, it's coming up. All right. Let me come right here. Okay. Because I want you guys to see this, guys. This is how you see the Liberia's result. I'm going to bring it back on the screen. I want you guys to see this. Okay. All right. Bear with me here, guys. We're going to work this out. Okay. Now, here, you see the map? This is the map. It shows all the counties in Liberia. All right? All the counties in Liberia. Okay? I want you guys to pay attention, everybody. Pay attention with me. All right? Stay with me. Matter of fact, let me get this, my thing. For now, let me just close this out. All right. Let me remove everything on the screen except for that logo there. Because I want you guys to see this. All right? So this is Liberia's website. Okay? Showing the results of the October elections. Remember again, Liberia had their elections in October. We had our elections in June. But this is Liberia's ECSL website, the version of ECSL for Liberia, National Elections Commission. Every data, every results, polling station for polling station, is shown on this 2023. As you can see it right here. You see, what I found out, like I was saying, I've noticed that for some reason, it's like Opongwea ended up winning that elections with 804,000 votes, whilst Boake had 796,000 votes. That's what I kind of found out. But we all know Opongwea was, actually conceded before even all the results were out. So we all know that, so. But when I look this now, so this now Liberia, the own result. Now they show now so. Every county, when you go to each county, you click on it, you see exactly what it is. This is one I really see it on the screen now. Okay, everybody pay attention. So this is the presidential runoff elections, the final elections. If you click on Lofa County, see Lofa County, you see how many votes, Boakai get there, how many votes, Wea gets there, and it'll show you again how many polling stations. So for example, Lofa County, it shows 424. If I click on Lofa County here, let's see. You see, it shows Electoral District 01, 02, 03. I hope it's on the screen. I want you guys to see what I'm talking about because we're not making these things up. You see, right here. See? So it breaks it down. It shows you how much votes they had in each of those districts. But let me put everything in perspective on the screen here for you guys because I want you guys to see this. All right? I want you guys to see this. You see, Boakai in Lofa County. You see the breakdown in Lofa County? Boakai had a total of 73,761 votes. How many polling stations? Number of precincts, 162. Number of registered voters in Lofa County, 177,129. Turnout reported polling places, 139,000 people turned out in Lofa County. All right, 424 polling stations in Lofa County in Liberia. Every one of those disaggregated data shown. This is what you guys are seeing. All right, if you look at Electoral District 01, it's further, it shows you all how many votes came from Electoral District 01. This is it right here. This is what you're seeing right here. This is the amount of votes at Lofa County that came from Electoral District 01. We get 17 polling stations. Number of precincts, 17 polling stations. All right. It has 39,844 registered voters in Lofa County. This is what we talk about when we say disaggregated data. Disaggregated data. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we're talking about. And this is what we want people to understand. Disaggregated data. This is the example of disaggregated data. And I really wanted to share it with you guys so you guys would see what we're talking about. But bear with me now. This the camera here, they act out. Okay. How do I zoom in so? Alright. Let me get this out of the way for now. But guys, this is what disaggregated data looks like. So in Lofa County, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 electoral districts. Let me show you now, right here. In Lofa County, you see how many districts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 districts. Each of those districts get the total amount of polling station there. This is all called disaggregated data for Sierra Leoneans. I want you all to see this. I want you guys to understand within a disaggregated data what it's like. This is what it's like. So when you click on each of these, you will see Electoral District 1. You will see all the polling stations already there. If I click on 2, this is what it is. This is what an example of, disaggregated data is. So in Electoral District number 2 in Lofa County, they have 25 precincts, polling station. They have 26,710 registered voters. Of that, 20,000 voters actually voted. We're at 74%, 74.95%. So 65 polling stations. Disaggregated data, how much every candidate gets. This is what it is, guys. This is why I'm sharing this with you, because I want you. When we talk, when you have these people, when they say, "Oh, move on to 2028," there's going to be voter apathy, and we're going to tell our people in Sierra Leone not to vote in the next elections if the international community and everybody else allow Madabi to complete his term. This now in disaggregated data, you see how much each person get in Lofa County. I can close this out. I go back. No, let us go. Let us go back. I go back to go back here, right? Electoral Commission of Liberia. I'm going to go back to the top. Click again on elections results. Let's go back. All right, it does its thing. If you go into Nimba County, now if I click on Nimba County, this is what's going to come up. Nimba County has 9 electoral districts. They get a total registered voters of 300. Let me show now. You see, Nimba County has a total number of 307,254 voters. They get 262 precincts, polling station there. So of the 307,000 voters were registered in Nimba County, 248,000 vote, 80.83% of the result. So let me come out of that again. Let me show now. So 736 polling stations, 19 in Nimba County, right here. Now this here, right here. 736 polling stations, 19 in Nimba County. I want you guys to see this. 736 polling stations in Nimba County. All right? And then you see how much votes each candidate get in Nimba County. In total, in Nimba County. This is the total number of votes by the candidates there. Joseph Boakai get 138,070 votes, where 59% of the votes na Boakai, na Nimba County. Opongwea get 50,000 votes. But this is all the disaggregated data. This is what we're talking about. All right. If I go back, actually, let me go back to Nimba County. Yeah. You see, if you go to electoral district number 2, electoral district number 2, you see how many polling stations? Because let's do electoral. Let's do number 1, electoral district number 1. You see, they have 36,197,000, right? I tell you that earlier on. This is disaggregated data by polling station. So for they get 81 polling station, all the 81 polling station they report them. Now in this this is all the 81 polling stations inside electoral district number 1 in Nimba County. Now, who they call about disaggregated data, polling station by polling station in Sierra Leone. This is what we've been asking for ECSL to post it on the website. But they're not posting it on the website. And this is why I'm doing this, because I want you guys to see this. This is Nimba County. If I go to electoral district number 2 in Nimba County, you see, disaggregated data. This is it right here. It shows you electoral district number 2 in Nimba County. There are 35 polling stations within that county, within that precinct, electoral district number 2. 35 polling stations. This is how much votes Boakai gets now. Each of those 35 polling stations inside electoral district number 2 in Nimba County. All right. If you come to ECSL's website, without much ado, let me show you now what we talk about when we're talking now. Elections results. You come to election results. This is the ECSL's website, Sierra Leone's Electoral Commission's website. Up till this day, 2 years later, they've not published the disaggregated data. What they gave us was a grand total. They could not break down the disaggregated data like Liberia did. Liberia fought a brutal rebel war like Sierra Leone did. Let me show now. Presidential election result. Let me put out the big screen now, I want to see. You see? 2023 election results. Can you imagine? And think about this. The elections was in June, and they could not even upload, even this result was not uploaded until August. So July and August, 2 months later. But this is ECSL's website. All right? So this is the ECSL website. When you come to the top here, you see where it says, let me make it big for you. When you go to ECSL, ec.gov.sl, you see, you click on elections. Under elections, that is where everything opens up for you, right? And then you see all the stuff. So this is it right here, 2023 presidential election results. If you click on this, let's click on it, let's see. Let us see what they come up. This is what comes up on ECSL's webpage. Statement from the Chief Electoral Commissioner. Nowhere in Liberia's, electoral, page, website, did you see the commissioner had to make a statement talking about this and that and all that nonsense, right? But this is what you see in ECSL's page. Statement from the Chief Electoral Commissioner. Let's put it on the screen now. In exercise of the powers conferred on it by sections 33, 42(2)(e) and 38(a) as amended of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, all that bogus talk, right, Salon people? Now, look what they give we. This is the result. This is what we should go with. Below is the total number of votes obtained by each presidential candidate. And just give we by Mohamed, Cherno, National Democratic Alliance Party, 21,000 votes. Bio, 1,566,000 votes. APC, Samura Hamara, 1,148,000 votes. This is all they're giving us. This is all they're giving us. Sierra Leoneans, them. Well, now we wise up, man. Let us stop this foolishness now, country, man. This is not just Liberia. They force Liberia and Sierra Leone. Not even go to Ghana yet. Liberia, polling station for polling station. Disaggregated data by disaggregated data. Every polling station. I'll take you back to Liberia. Right here. This is what you call disaggregated data. You go to inside Nimba County. Again, remember, in Nimba County in Liberia, there are 9 electoral districts. They get 9 electoral districts in Nimba County in Liberia. Each one, if you go to electoral district number 3, no, let's go to number 4. Electoral district number 4 has 35,350 registered voters. And 28,000 voted, 28,633 voted. And then they get 30 polling stations. In each of those polling stations, Joseph Boakai get 18,000 total. Where gets 5,491. That is 35 polling stations in Nimba County electoral district number 5. Number 4. This is disaggregated data. This is the definition of disaggregated data. Look at the disgrace of ECSL. Look what the ECSL they give me for results. This is it. Nothing else. This is it. It just gives me the grand total. When I give you the disaggregated data, no. Give us the disaggregated data, no. And Sierra Leoneans are sitting there talking about Dr. Samarkama, go meet Marabio. Therefore, we go meet Marabio. That's the end of that day. Long move on to 2028. This man is a presidential candidate for the APC party. Who else is going to meet with Marabio? Marabio don't thief the elections. APC sits aside. No member of parliament are going to parliament. No Freetown City Council mayors and all of that. All these people are going to not the various places of job. They sit on. There had to be a negotiation. Who is the leader of the APC party at the time? Who's the flag bearer of the APC? Now, Dr. Samora Kamara, Marabio Kola. They have a meeting. They take the meeting, they go to a party officials there. This is what this man say. Oh, now this is what he go for say. I tell us I don't say anything and they can report back to now. They go report to them. The party come at the highest level, NAC, the second highest decision making body in the APC party. The NAC come together and say, okay, we're going to a national agreement. The agreement for national unity was born. Hence the tripartite committee. They on a pas big fool là. On a pas big fool là. These are the things I'm showing you guys. Disaggregated data. What it's like. Oh, they ask people and not some man don't understand what disaggregated data. Okay, we're giving it to you now. This is what disaggregated data is. Then disaggregated data. Line by line, polling station by polling station. How much votes commodity? That is what you call a report. So I can take all back inside Liberia website. I don't even reach to Nigeria to Ghana yet. I'm not even reached to Ghana yet. I'm looking for the tripartite recommendations reports. Let me see tripartite reports. Okay, that's better. All right, because I'm going to go into the tripartite report here shortly. Bear with me because it's nice for. Anyways, let's go back to Liberia. Let us see the shame and the disgrace where ECSL put people. Let's go to Liberia. This is Liberia. If I go back, you go into each county. When I see that, each county, any of these county you click, the disaggregated data will show. But this is the only side that this the people of, I don't know, guys. This is the total, of the 5,890 polling stations. When they go into the runoff, total votes were 1,949,000. You see the total votes. Upon where I get 804,000. I don't know if this is a clerical mistake that needs to be fixed, but from the look of this. From the runoff, it shows like Opongwe actually won that elections in Liberia. But that's a conversation for Liberians to handle, right? That is a conversation for Liberians to handle. But this, I'm just showing you guys, because these are the total results. Now we see so now, Opongwe has 804,000 and then Boakai gets 796,000. It looks like maybe Opongwea just kind of conceded very early, you know, for the sake of peace, because Koloba, Honorable Yeke Koloba, was on his tail. But from this look of this result, it looks like Opongwea won the elections in Liberia. But I'm just using the Liberia as an example because, again, every disaggregated data by polling station is tabulated and shown and is published on the website of ECA, of their electoral commissioner. Kudos to Liberia and the people of Liberia. If I click on Sino County, let's see together. You see Sino County? This is Sino County right here. All right? Sino County, number of registered voters, 55,579. Number of precincts, 81. That's the polling station there. So in Simba County, they have total of 81 polling stations there. That's Sino County. And then now look further how they broken down. Then get 3 electoral districts. 3 electoral districts. In Sino County, there are 3 electoral districts. And if we click on each of these districts, it will show us how many polling stations. So again, 81 polling stations. Now the total within inside Sino County, right? 81 polling stations is the total polling station within inside Sino County. In Sino County, when you click on each of these electoral districts, it will tell you how much polling station in each district. So electoral district number 1 get 20 polling stations. Now, so 20 again. Remember the total number of polling stations in Sino County is 81, right? So the first electoral district gets 20. The second one gets 27. So that's 47. All right? And then the third one gets 34. And that is how you get 81 polling stations in Sino County. But then further broken down into electoral districts. Sierra Leone, not to this way asked for ECSL to publish it on the website, but this is Liberia's Electoral Commission's website. Disaggregated data, polling station by polling station. You see? So again, when you look at Sino County, when they tell you that, okay, Opongwea had 29,000 votes, 29,639 votes in Sino County. Boakai gets 4,468 votes in Sino County. But then further break them down by electoral district, so you would see how they get the total numbers they need. So in electoral district number 1, George Weah gets 11,337 votes. And then Boakai gets 1,549 votes. Then if you go to electoral district number 2, it shows you then Opongwea gets 9,558 when you put all the 27 polling stations together. In electoral district number 2 in Sino County, 9,558 votes. Guys, this is what we've been asking for. This is what we asked for. This should be called disaggregated data. But go to ECSL's website. Look what the ECSL do. Shame. This is what the ECSL do as a result. And then we said, produce the disaggregated data. Shame on ECSL. Look at what they gave us. Some stupid letter, you know. Look, the stupid letter we put by virtue of the Constitution vested in me and blah blah blah, all the stupid foolishness. And this is what we have. Now this will accept as Sierra Leoneans. They're idiots that when they say Dr. Somar come out sell. Oh, Dr. Somar come out sell to Marabio. What are you gonna do? Again, like how we brought that cash box break and down for we tell you say, but if we get family property, one person go sell on a degree, una sell on a 5. Una go agree. The APC executive una go sit on a agree to Somar come go sell. Una also una say this man go sell, but this man I know stand up like a defense in want the election results. In want the results of the elections. The people of Salon deserve better. It don't say in ready for team up and defend democracy. Una the executive, una say una the walk away. Una don't be in campaign for 2028. Everybody wants to be president. Everybody wants to be president in Sierra Leone. But nobody wants to go back and defend the elections. Guys, look at what ECSL gave us. This is the result we should accept from ECSL. Therefore, by the powers vested in me as the National Returning Officer, Section 67, 51.2 and 92.4 of the Public Elections Act, blah, 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 all that bullshit and nonsense, foolishness, stupidity. Huh? Look at all this nonsense. Look at this nonsense. Eh? What did they catch Salon people? What did they catch we? This is what the ECSL give me for results. I'm not even reached to Liberia yet, to Ghana yet. This is just Liberia. Look at Liberia. Broken down, tabulated, county by county, everything. Disaggregated data on the website. Tell me how confusion go there in that country today. Now, let's go to Ghana. This is Ghana's Electoral Commission. This is their website. This is Ghana. All right? I want you guys to see this. This is Ghana's. When I can't see Ghana, then say, you see results by county. See, yeah? General election results, 2024 presidential results. Look at that. Results by constituencies. Ghana, they make their website very simple, straightforward. Let me zoom it in for you. I want to see what I talk now. When I see Ghana by presidential, if I want to do it this way for, so they go by 2024 elections. December, they get the elections. By constituency, we want to see the 2024 election results by constituency. It takes it by region. This is Ghana's elections. This is their website. Then Kanto, we own disgraceful ECSL website. Look at what we have as a result. Look what the ECSL give me for result. We have to be ashamed of ourselves as Sierra Leoneans, that we go tolerate this foolishness and nonsense. Like how we say again, if Dr. Samakma is not reinstated as president, we are not going to participate in any future elections. And we don't need no European Union again. We don't need no observers. Nobody not need for come observe. We don't need nobody to come and observe elections in Sierra Leone anymore. If you guys are going to allow Marabio to continue and stay in power, even though we don't have the disaggregated data, the results are not available. We don't want no observers to come in Sierra Leone. Nobody, just don't worry about it because you wouldn't have anything to observe. The people of Sierra Leone are not going to vote. You will see the lowest turnout of voters in Africa like you've never seen before. You'll be lucky to even have 800,000 people vote in that country. We're going to make it happen. Because democracy is the people's voice. That's what really matters. If you guys allow this to go on in Sierra Leone, there would be no more elections in Sierra Leone. Because we know what you guys are waiting for. We know what you guys are waiting for. You're waiting for catastrophe to befall our nation. You want us to go into another brutal rebel war and start cutting off our hands, cutting off our heads, cutting off our feet, killing ourselves. That is what you want to see. That is when all the international organizations, the CNN, the MSNBCs, all these news networks will show up in Sierra Leone with their cameras to video, to take what is actually happening, how Africans and black people continue to treat themselves as barbaric baboons and animals. That is what you guys are waiting for. Why would we tolerate this kind of nonsense when the ECSL in Sierra Leone will only produce a result like this? When every other country, Liberia, Ghana, they are forging ahead with their democracy. Look at what this guy is giving us for results. Why did you look at Ghana's website? This is Ghana's website. Now let's navigate. I'm going to go to presidential results 2024. You see? 2024 general elections results. The commissioner does not have to write a letter to tell us who won, virtue of what constitutional rights gives him or her or what. They don't have to do that. But disaggregated data has to be published on the website. This is how elections are going to be credible. Look at, if you want to go into a full region, you see the RRF, the result reconciliation forms. You see all the candidates, the amount of votes they had in Ahafo region. This is the total signed by every member. Look at it. Ahafo region. John Dramani Mahama. Look at him right here. 130,000. You see that? This is the Ahafo region. This is the total number of votes obtained in Ahafo region. See? John Dramani Mahama, 130,106 votes. in Ahafo region. If I go to Ashanti region, you see that? Ashanti region. Mahamudu Bawumia, who was the other running mate, he had 1,366,000 votes. John Dramani Mahama had 697,000 votes. But every region, they show you the total number of votes from the region. And this is the presidential. Because we can go into the constituencies. 2024, constituencies. This is just the presidential, what I'm showing you. It's the presidential votes in these regions. You see that? Presidential summary in each region, how much they had. Bono, Eastern region. You can see it right here. John Dramani Mahama, 216,691. You see the agents are all signing to bring transparency to the process. You see all the signatures? All these signatures, you see them? Every candidate, their representative, their votes, their agents, their polling agents at the Talain level. Because all of these, of course, it's broken down in the constituency. You will see how many, stations, polling stations they had that summed up the total for them to have this result right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is disaggregated data for you. This is how we should conduct elections in Sierra Leone. But yet you have idiots telling you to move on to the next elections when if we cannot conduct an election and have the results published as it is. Look at this. This is what should be on ECSL's website. Not this foolishness. Not this nonsense. Look at the nonsense that is on ECSL's website. Look at the foolishness. This is Ghana. This is the presidential breakdown, right? Let us go into constituency. Let me show you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing. See? Results by constituency, right here. Results by constituency. 2024 constituencies. Results by constituencies. You see? Each region. Let me make it easy for you guys. You see that? You see that? Each region now. I want you guys to see what I'm doing here. So when you browse the website for yourself, you can see what I'm saying. You see? 2024 results by constituencies. This is Ghana. I have 4 regions by constituency. Let us see. All right? Look at it right here. You see that? By constituency. Presidential summary results by constituency. Name of constituency, Osunafo North. Region, Ahafo. You see? This is the constituency. By constituency. In Sierra Leone, we have our constituencies. But it takes constituency 110 as an example. That is a constituency. How many votes came from that constituency? Can we break it down? See? Every constituency. So in Asunafo South, and it's further broken down. You see right here? You see right here? So this is the total results in that constituency. But it's broken down into South, North. See? You see that? Ahafo region. You see? It's broken. So if you click on this, Osunafo, see? You see Osunafo South? You see how many votes? This is what you call disaggregated data. This is what we are asking for. Manual tallying. This is what we want. You see the authenticity in the process? And people are telling you, oh, we've moved on to the next elections. That one, no. We are not moving on. Sierra Leoneans, we're going to continue to teach and inform until you guys understand what we're talking about. Liberia did it, Ghana did it. We can do it also in Sierra Leone. We are demanding the disaggregated data of our results in Sierra Leone. Liberia, man, look at man, I'm impressed with Liberia's website. Just the display, it's so beautiful, man. I'm so impressed with Liberia. Tell me, if we had this in Sierra Leone, would I be here up to this point talking? No. Look at Liberia. County by county, look how beautiful their presentation is. It's so simplified. I guarantee you, not even Liberians know this website. It's only people like myself who are doing extensive research would go to this. You ask Liberians, they don't even know this. All they know is their man won, it's done, everybody goes about their business. Sierra Leoneans, we deserve better. All right? We deserve better. And I think, we have to let these people know that we deserve better. So I wanted to present this to you so you guys would see what it means when we talk about disaggregated data. All right? So without much ado, I'm going to leave it right here. It's Sunday. Let me get about my business here and take care of what I got to take care of. I hope you guys learned from this. But you can go on the website. You can visit Liberia's, ECSL's website. You can see this information. Ghana's as well. You can see the information. It's a shame, man. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed as a Sierra Leonean. I'm ashamed. Get stupid, foolish opposition and sit down and tolerate this nonsense. Democracy is dead in Sierra Leone. Bye-bye, everybody.